have no idea what kind of flowers these are. Must have got them in some seeds or something we had. Somebody gave me. This little dwarf gardenia is doing a lot of blooming now. I was cleaning out the medicine cabinet and found some expired vitamins and stuff, and cotton balls over there too. So on my age raised wood chip bed here, just kind of sprinkled the vitamins and all everywhere here. So it's just various nutrients like you would, I'm assuming that, all these nutrients that people eat are the same as what you would put into plants. They use soybean meal and wheat bran and, all kinds of stuff. Calcium or what, so on and so forth. So just put them in here. They're expired, so we're not going to eat them. Maybe it'll help bring some more nutrients to this raised bed here. Still checking this area here where I've got a tree I'm on the plant, looking for ant activity. I just seen a really tiny one here, just like all around these. Not a lot. It's so strange that they seem to disappear and then they came back in full force, and now they look like they've disappeared again. But hopefully that means soon we'll be able to plant a surprise tree here, a mystery tree. So far with our pumpkins, no female flowers yet, all males. So we got this big giant, well, not so giant, but definitely a medium-sized TV here for Natalie's mom, because she's moving to an apartment and she's gonna have, where she's currently living, she doesn't have like broadband internet anywhere. There's no fiber, no cable, no DSL or anything. So where she's moving to has, I think they got T-Mobile 5G, and they have like Cox internet cable, and probably eventually we'll get fiber there. So we're getting her a Fire TV, so she'll have Alexa control on both the remote and the she'll have a Echo Dot for voice control, where you don't have to press a button on the remote and say, "Hey Alexa, tune to whatever." So we were just going to send the box as is and set it up at her apartment, but we realized we have like so many streaming services and stuff we have to set up. We gotta, most likely, because she's not really technologically capable or whatever, we're gonna have to set up all these services and an Amazon account and all that stuff, and Amazon Music and everything. And if we hit a snag and we're like not on our computers here where we can go search, recover password, finds password, user IDs and stuff. I know a lot of people just do that through, recovery through phone numbers and through their mobile phones, but I've never had to do that. So sometimes you're forced to do it, but we're going to try to get everything, all of our bases covered, or at least 90% of them, through setting up everything at home, and then we'll just have to change the Wi-Fi and password once she gets on the new cable. So we got it connected to our network, and we're doing a update, I guess software update. So this is going to make it so much faster when we actually have to take it in, and then we got to download all the applications and all that. I just don't wonder if we could get it repacked the way it was packed factory, because it was pretty tight in there without damaging the LCD screen. Finally updated the software, and now we're just downloading the apps like Velo and Paramount Plus and a couple of. It's been a few days since I did any videos, but picked some muscadines here to eat and to bring to Natalie, a few of them. I said, "Nanny, you don't like muscadines, do you?" After she said, "Why didn't you bring me some? I want to try them again." We had a joke a few years ago with one of our housekeepers, and I said, "You need to tell Natalie that you're not a true Southerner unless you like muscadines. Muscadines and grits are like two of the southernmost things to eat." So our pineapple guava, our single fruit, is starting to get big. I'm not sure exactly when it should fall, but we gotta wait till it falls, and hopefully we're out that day and a possum or something doesn't get it. For our first ever, I don't know if you pronounce it feijoa, or pineapple guava in many years. And we had to hand pollinate them. If you guys remember, there was 4 flowers this year, which wasn't much. We hand pollinated them with a paintbrush, and one took. It's always possible that another one's hidden somewhere, but I doubt it. I made a video a week or 2 back saying the persimmon limbs were leaning, but now they're leaning almost to the ground, so we're gonna have to stake those guys up. And look at this, it's almost orange. It's not even fall yet. We usually pick these in December. They could be picked right now, some of them. Possibly all of them would like soften up and ripen up, even the greener ones. But yeah, within the next month, we're probably gonna have to get them. Or the squirrels. It's been a few days, or actually 1 day since I last filmed anything for this video. I'll briefly talk about my first kind of compost tea, weed tea fermentation. This thing finally stopped stinking. It finally kind of stopped working for the most part. Guys, don't ever put solids in this thing, in your weed tea. It takes forever to run. It stinks like a freaking septic tank for months and months and months. But now it's done. And I still have some like green leaves and stuff I'll just throw on top there, you know. But for, you know, it's basically ready to use now. I could just dip something in it, put a little water in it, you know, dilute it a little bit, and it should be another thing I've been working on. Just temporarily installed a firetvs smart comm system just down here below the tower. And with the for the smaller tower, so you know, and eventually it will be hooked up to the 80-foot tower. This allows you to combine up to 3 antennas outdoors into a single coax, and kind of allows you to filter which channels come from each antenna. So I could face one direction and get their stations, face another direction with antenna 2, get their stations, and antenna 3, and etc. So I actually lost stations by adding that to the bottom, and my antenna up there does not have a preamp because it got wiped out with a lightning storm one day, maybe 6 months or a year ago. But even with that said, before I put the smart comm on, I had like maybe 2 or 3 other channels that were coming in, and out of Jacksonville and stuff, and Gainesville. So maybe if that actual box was up there at the top of the antenna, you know, right underneath it, like you usually do a preamp, or maybe if I replace the antenna or preamp with another one that has a preamp on it, maybe it would fix the problem. When you auto tune that one, auto scan, it still only gets about half of the channels I can get with the box on there without, you know, manually putting in extra channels. So there's like 5 channels, 5 stations where there's like 20 channels or something. I have to add the rest of the channels in manually, and then it'll pick those up. But then again, the ones we lost, there's no signal, there's nothing from. So probably end up just taking that box off, and, you know, temporarily until we can figure out a better configuration. And hopefully the box works. It's not cheap, but hopefully the box works for us in the future, and we can have 2 to 3 antennas set up.